I'm Lily Mullins, and coming up this week on WVU News, I'll tell you about a spice that's not meant for the kitchen.
What if you were told that you can buy or rent a home because of your sexuality? I'm Diane Gentine, and straight ahead on WVU News, I'll tell you how some Morgantown residents are taking a stand against this type of discrimination.
I'm Marissa Matola, and straight ahead, I'll tell you how a new proposal could affect one of the largest youth organizations in the country. Our award-winning WVU newscast starts now.
Jobless and homeless. Find out why some people in West Virginia are being discriminated against and who is speaking out for equal rights for everyone. I'm Haley Clover.
And I'm Marissa Matola. K2, Spice, Bliss, synthetic drugs that are legal, but are they safe? You are watching WVU News, an award-winning newscast produced by television journalism students right here at West Virginia University.
When we hear the word discrimination, most people are outraged.
That's right, Haley, but some Mountain State residents are being discriminated against, and it's legal. Diane Gentine joins us now in the studio with more. Diane?
Thanks, Haley and Marissa. In 29 states, it's still legal to fire someone just because of their sexual orientation, and West Virginia is one of those states. The Huffington Post reports that around 4 million Americans identify themselves as gay, lesbian, bisexual, or transgender. But in the state of West Virginia, not being heterosexual could cost you your job or the home of your dreams. And some residents say this isn't fair, and they're speaking out.
Let's say 1, 2, 3. Fairness!
Fairness. Those who identify as part of the LGBT community want now more than ever. But in the state of West Virginia, being gay could cost you your job and your housing. But that's something First Presbyterian Church Reverend Chris Haig wants to change.
I just thought this is awful that people think that God hates LGBT folks, and I have to be involved in speaking out for a different understanding of Scripture and of God.
Haig recently spoke at a Fairness West Virginia event that promoted legislation to stop employment and housing discrimination against the LGBT community. Board member of Fairness West Virginia, Daniel Brewster, shared his story and the importance of the event.
This isn't a gay, straight issue. This is a matter of, I'm an American. I pay my taxes. You know, I work tirelessly as a public servant, and yet my citizenship is being infringed because of the person that I may love.
So how can you get involved in the campaign? Visit your nearest Fairness West Virginia sponsor and pick up a postcard like this one. Simply fill it out and mail it in. The postcards will be delivered to your local legislators so they know you're down for the cause. So far, petitions for the bill have collected over 8,000 signatures statewide. In 2001, Morgantown was the first city in West Virginia to recognize sexual orientation in their human rights ordinance. Fairness West Virginia members will go to Charleston on March 5th to lobby the state government. Their ultimate goal is to end employment and housing discrimination. Haley and Marissa, back to you.
Thanks, Diane. The gay community isn't just fighting discrimination in the workplace. The Boy Scouts of America is now delaying consideration of lifting a national ban on gay and lesbian members.
That's right, Haley. I recently spoke with one local scout who fears if the ban is not lifted, she could lose everything she's worked for. The recent proposal to lift the ban on gay and lesbian members has sparked a nationwide debate. A venture scout who needs to keep her identity confidential to prevent her and her family from being thrown out of the organization feels the proposal is long overdue.
It's really people being afraid of what they don't understand. So they just hold on to these values that they think they need to hold on to, but Boy Scout values are being trustworthy and kind and honest. It has nothing to do with your sexuality.
The executive board met in early February when it became clear the proposal would be unacceptable to large numbers of passionate Scout families and sponsors. More than 70% of all Boy Scout units are sponsored by religious groups, including conservative faiths like the one you see behind me, who have supported the current ban. WVU News reached out to the National Council, who said no comment and are only taking opinions at this time.
Deep-rooted, hostility or unacceptance of these people, it comes from family, it comes from religious points of view, it comes from government backing, very militaristic kind of points of view. So sociologically, this is normal.
Our anonymous scout hopes to continue her membership with the BSA, but fears expulsion if her secret is revealed.
I'm sure that they would kick me out. I don't know if they can like legally within the bylaws take away all of my awards, but maybe they could, and probably they would try to strip me of everything.
Due to complexity of the issue, the vote was postponed until the week of May 20th, where officials will gather to decide the Boy Scouts' future. If the ban is lifted, it will be the first time in the organization's 100-year history that gay members will be allowed to become Scouts.
While one group may be losing members, another is growing larger right here on campus.
WVU has put some major investments into the school's agricultural department. Campus reporter Brian Popkin has more on a growing field that isn't just for farmers.
Students nationwide are enrolling in agriculture more than ever. Director of Plant and Soil Sciences Barton Baker agrees with WVU's decision to spend roughly $9 million on a new greenhouse.
We can give unique opportunities to students to learn how the commercial industry operates, and so there are a lot more opportunities for them to get jobs.
The new campus building can adjust lighting and temperature by itself. WVU student Janie Evans thinks the new additions are very helpful.
We have workrooms that are connected now, and we have different, different cooling, new cooling systems.
The facility has roughly 30,000 square feet of space, which gives WVU students and the USDA plenty of room to conduct their research. Dr. Baker says that the new facility will also help researchers face the world challenges ahead.
And as you look at the projected populations for the future, there's going to be a lot more mouths to feed. We're going to have to do that with very little, if any, increase in land. There's a great deal of discussion about climate change.
The USDA says degree enrollment across the country has jumped 21% since 2006, and it's showing no signs of slowing down. Brian Popkin, WVU News, Morgantown.
WVU has the right idea going organic, but not everything grown from the ground is good for you.
Absolutely, Marissa. Millie Mullins joins us now in the studio to tell us why the legal drug named Spice may not be so harmless. Millie?
Thanks, Haley and Marissa. After a teen in Texas narrowly escaped death from using synthetic marijuana, also known as Spice, K2, or Bliss, officials are now taking a closer look at what some are referring to as a harmless substitution for pot. Synthetic marijuana, also known as Spice, is an herbal mixture that produces effects that are similar to those of marijuana. Spice is marketed as a safe and legal alternative. However, a Morgantown resident who wishes to remain anonymous explains that his experiences with synthetic marijuana were less than enjoyable.
Makes you kind of like freak out a little bit and start to do things you wouldn't normally do. And I feel like that loss of control in my body just wasn't right.
According to the National Institute on Drug Abuse, there are no scientific studies regarding Spice's effects on the human brain. However, Spice has been known to have unpredictable effects, and the chemical composition is unknown.
People really have no idea what they're ingesting into their bodies with these substances. It could be any number of drugs. Some of them we sent in and totally stumped the chemists at the labs.
The unknown elements in synthetic marijuana can make it very dangerous. Most synthetic marijuana comes in packets like these, and it masks itself as regular marijuana, and it's smoked the same way. But the effects of this alternative are much worse. While Spice and its relative products have some opposition, they remain marketed as both legal and safe. Short-term side effects of K2 have been reported as hallucinations, high blood pressure, and in some cases, seizures. And while many doctors agree the drug is dangerous, long-term side effects remain unknown. Marissa and Haley, back to you.
Thanks, Millie. Well, it's the dance sensation that's sweeping the nation. Our own entertainment reporter Alyssa Marashnik shows us how our own news team can really move.
And straight ahead in sports, Adam Crowley explains how getting a good seat at the WVU basketball games is going to cost you, literally.
I'm Adam Crowley. Straight ahead on WVU Sports, I'll tell you why men's basketball season ticket holders should be expecting a change.
Our hearts beat in the face of challenge, for without it, there is nothing. No character, no grit, no goals. Without challenge, there can be nothing. No discovery, no knowledge, no cures. For us, the challenge is everything. Without it, there can be no Mountaineers.
The move to the Big 12 Conference brings changes for the teams and players, but also for the fans.
That's right, Haley. The change means that the Coliseum has been reseeded for season ticket holders. Sports reporter Adam Crowley has more. Adam?
Thanks, Haley and Marissa. In the Big 12, reseeding stadiums is common, but here at WVU, the new plan is causing a stir, and not everyone is happy with the changes. More than 1,000 fans signed up to buy men's basketball season tickets last year. Retired Professor Art Jagnowitz has been a part of that group for decades, but he says that may change as costs go up. The Mountaineer basketball team may have their ups and downs, but every year the fans remain true to the gold and blue.
We sit in a section where all the fans are passionate. So we have to either go with the flow or left behind, and we go with the flow.
Jackowitz has had season tickets for 35 years and considers himself a loyal fan. But the former professor of 38 years is afraid that a new reseeding plan will leave him behind.
We would hope that the athletic department will consider the faculty as part of the university who teach without rewards, and the reward we get is going to games.
The new Coliseum reseeding plan is run by the Mountaineer Athletic Club on what is called the priority point system. Donors will be ranked according to contribution level, with those donating the most getting first dibs on seats.
It really gives the donors comfort knowing that it's a fair way to allocate their seats.
Season ticket holders who used to sit here might have to move all the way up there. The new reseeding program is based on years of loyalty, donations, and whether or not you're a varsity club member. Foreman says the change to the system has been smooth, but there are still some kinks that need to be worked out.
Obviously, we've taken some phone calls from some individuals that are not happy. Some of them are donors even. They just don't want to move.
Former season ticket holders who don't want to lose their seats can donate $6,500 to the Mountaineer Athletic Club in order to retain them. A fee Jackowitz says is too high.
Maybe popping popcorn and watching in front of a television set would be a better alternative.
The Mountaineer Athletic Club has scheduled several open houses to help with the transition. The Mountaineer Athletic Club wants this new process to run as smooth as possible. You can call the number at the bottom of your screen with any questions. Haley and Marissa, back to you.
Thanks, Adam. While fans may be disappointed with the new seats, everyone on the WVU campus seems in the mood to shake it. Harlem Shake it, that is.
That's for sure, Haley. The original Harlem Shake video went viral last month, and now even our own WVU reporters are getting in on the act. Alyssa Marashnik reports, or at least tries to. Take a look.
But the Harlem Shake isn't a new dance. These moves first hit the streets of Harlem in 1981. And today people are casually going about their day until the beat drops.
The Harlem Shake.
That was so much fun to do, Marissa, especially on our new set. WVU News is now being brought to you in high def.
And we hope you all enjoy our new music, logo, and graphics as well.
Well, that wraps up this week's edition of WVU News. You can visit us online at our website.
You can also watch any of our shows on YouTube, and please follow us and our reporters on Twitter. I'm Marissa Matola.
And I'm Haley Clover. Thanks for watching WVU News, and we'll see you next time.